Right. So tonight I'm going to run through a quick little presentation here, and we will send this out to everybody in the morning, and it will give people a little insight into the new vendor program, how it works from the admin point of view, and what's necessary to be done from the sponsor point of view and the vendor point of view. So again, let's roll with it and we'll prep this for sharing. So, what we're going to talk about quickly again is just the app and focus a lot on the features that it brings forth. And next week, I'm going to really break down some of the benefits on an individual basis so that we can really dive into the kind of things that we can be looking for and expecting when we're drinking and spraying the water. So again, it is revolutionary technology. It is dealing with the invisible pollution around us. We're talking about the EMF that is all around us from the different technology that is now rampant. Everybody has at least one cell phone, or at least most people have a cell phone, and it's one of the most dangerous items around because it's with you all the time. The bad energy that comes off the cell phone is interacting with your energy, with your DNA, and it's literally changing the dynamic cellular activity that's happening within your body. And it makes you physically weak. It impedes the cells from communicating. It even has a negative effect on the environment that's all around us. So what we're living in is an electrical soup that most people don't realize is even there on account of the fact that they can't see it. And unfortunately, for probably 90% of the population, if they can't see something, it's very hard for them to believe that it's actually there, that it's actually real, and that it's actually harmful. So as long as they get up every day, they're happy. But people don't realize that as we get up every day, the things that are happening, everything from the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, we shower in, a lot of these things are toxic filled things, and we're breathing in toxins. We're showering and bathing in toxins. We're consuming toxins in our diet, in the food that we eat, and the water that we drink. And worse than that, these things are affecting things in a way that is even more unique that people are not aware of. And that's what we're going to educate people on here as we go through. So there's different kinds of bad energy, but the main thing to understand is that it's there. It's like my little brother dying of cancer and worked as an X-ray technician, and immediately after finding out he was sick, a pharmacist friend of mine told me that it was from his job. His job as an X-ray technician had the radiation entering his body through his hands, through his face, and creating the very rare cancer that took his life. So this is not stuff to be fooled with. And my brother's passing is one of the reasons why I am in the wellness industry, because I saw enough. Because he worked in the wellness industry. He was well known throughout the wellness industry in London. I have never seen a bigger funeral for somebody than I saw for my brother, which actually shocked me because I never knew he had such deep connections as a wonderful person that he was. But the fact of the matter is that I don't want to see people suffer. through these types of things, if at all possible. And the best way to do that is prevention. So if we can guide people to the issues, the problems that are around us, that are affecting us because it's affecting our environment, and we are a product of our environment. So let's try to eliminate some of these things and neutralize them from our internal functionality and see if we can't live a much healthier, happier, longer life all the way around, because it does affect us, body, mind, spirit, and soul. So, as we said, it even affects the animals, the birds, the bees are all affected by this negative electrical pollution. And again, it is a health crisis on account of the fact that people are walking around with issues and they don't know why. Everybody's heard of the term fibromyalgia, but where did it come from all of a sudden? And why is it affecting so many people? It's a word that they use to put on a chronic pain that they don't have a resolution to. And I know that I have dealt with this issue over and over again when it comes to different people coming to me for relief from different issues, whether it's knee pain, back pain, fibromyalgia, or whatever it is. And I apply frequency to them. And in a lot of the cases, when you do this, I've said this statement over and over again. It's like the hand of God comes down at an evangelistic church sermon and touches somebody, and it's like they're given the gift of health, the gift of life, because frequencies, in essence, are that. They are the gift of life. And when we apply them to ourselves, we're literally just tuning our bodies to operate properly, to function dynamically, and to take care of us, and to take us from this tired, sluggish, lack of vitality life that a lot of people are living, and move them into a radiant, energized life where they're full of vitality and ready to give life the kick in the ass that it needs in order to live it, because we only have one life to live. And that one life can be cut very short as we see the days literally fly by. Like a week used to seem like a day. Now a day seems like an hour. So life can pass very, very quickly. And for me, after witnessing my brother pass at a very young age, believe me, the desire to help people live a healthier, longer life without issues and showing them the path to prevention is high mission on my list. So the problem that we're dealing with, it is affecting everything, whether you're a human being, an animal, or a plant. So in essence, it's affecting the food that we eat, and it's affecting our pets, and it's affecting us, because we are surrounded by this pollution now, and the pollution is literally affecting everything around us that is alive. It's literally taking the light and the life out of the living things, because it is foreign to us, and everything needs to adapt to it because it's not adapting to us. So the best way for us to adapt to it is to neutralize it out of existence for its effect on our bodies. So this bad energy disrupts our water. It disrupts the water inside of our bodies, and our bodies are 70 to 90+% water, depending on which area you're looking in. And that chaotic water can't do the job inside of our bodies that we want it to do, which is to hydrate, to detoxify, and help us to send energy, nutrition, healing all the way through our bodies, through every cell, every capillary, every single joint should be getting the energy, the nutrition, the hydration that it needs in order to function at its optimum level. Instead, we're all running around with poor cellular function, leading to chronic health challenges. It is not a positive way to attack each and every day. So before you take another sip of the water, we just want you to know what is happening, why it's happening, and why it's not your fault. But once you understand, we want to let you know that it is fixable and the time is here that you get to reduce the impact on your body and change how things are happening to you and allow yourself to be the resistance. Get yourself the cellular hydration that you need. Pump up your energy and set your immune system to fight the oxidative stress and have the solid communication within your system. Because when you drink this water or spray this water, you're literally energizing your cells, you're aligning your chakras, your energy, so that everything internally can function at that magnificent, dynamic, nature created way that your body's supposed to function. And that leads you to a healthier, longer life where you're dealing with less things that can affect you in a negative way. Get rid of the sluggish, beat down person and pump yourself up with the vitality, the energy, the frequencies of life, the light of life. And what you will receive in return is all of this, the explosive energy, mental clarity, the true hydration, better sleep, physical strength is increased instantly by spraying or drinking the water. We mentioned the enhanced vitality. Your digestive system is going to function so much better because it's going to flush, it's going to clean, it's going to have everything flowing through your body so much nicer. And coming out of you will be radiance. Your skin will look younger, brighter. Your wounds will heal faster. Everything is going to turn around because you're drinking structured, energized water that is optimizing your cellular function, giving you the energy, the vitality, and the better health that every single one of us should be striving for. The man that knew it best, Nikola Tesla, he said that if we can see, we're all energy. The earth is energy. We are energy. The animals are energy. The trees are energy. So when we can manage our energy, our frequencies, and have them functioning in our bodies the way they're supposed to, we are superior human beings. We are better, we are healthier, and we are not being bombarded and being brought down by all of that negative energy. You actually get to improve your internal being. And if we can share this one person to the next, we're actually improving the state of mankind all around us. That's what we want to do. We want to create that ripple effect of wellness that goes from us to the next person, through our families, through our friends, and have this be an education that lasts for generations. The app that we utilize to do this is so simple to use. You simply open the app, press activate or the start button, place the phone over your liquid, your water, your juice, and wait for less than a minute for it to structure and energize the water with 37 frequencies. All you do after that is consume it or spray it on your body, and it will instantly neutralize the negative effects of all that bad energy around you. And we're going to show you some of the added benefits that happen. So the app looks like this. Your water starts out looking like this. It is a chaotic mess, and it is not looking like your friend. But when you look over here, this is what your water molecules look like before. Ugly. It almost looks like the ghost of the devil running around. And when you look at this one over here, it looks like an angel, almost literally, just in its beautiful, pristine, crystalline shape and self. It looks amazing. This is what I want flowing through my body every single day. So this is what the app does. The app changes it from this ugly, chaotic mess to this beautiful, crystalline, ionic structure that works perfectly within your body. Everything has been tested, photographed, and verified by the Hado Institute of Tokyo, Japan. The scientific research team that has done their testing on these things and who have discovered the easy water are well noted and support the fact of how this app is able to alter water and make it, or any liquid, and make it so that it becomes the source of your life. Your life source is water and frequencies and biophotons. So when we apply the app to the water, it changes the surface tension from this type of untreated water before to one that has a higher meniscus on the side, and you can literally see a change in the water itself when you look at it, if you're looking at two side by side. It's quite amazing. So when you use the app on your beverages, such as your coffee, it becomes smoother, tea becomes smoother, and in a lot of instances, you could drink your coffee black without the bitterness once it has been structured and energized with the app. Your wines or your spirits also become softer, becomes smoother, and becomes much more friendly to your body. Your body will not have the negative effect of consumption of alcohol when it's been structured and energized with the frequency app. Your food, when you put the energized and structured water into a spray bottle and spray it over top of your food or use the app over top of your food, it will neutralize the EMF in your food. And I certainly recommend using the water over your food, as I feel that it is in the food, and then it's consumed when you eat the food and giving you more nutritional value. And of course, drinking structured, energized water with your meals is a big plus on account of the nutritional intake that you will increase from the foods that you are consuming. Again, what we're talking about tuning your body with the frequencies and the energies in order to optimize your cellular activity and your whole biological being. This matters because when you're increasing your hydration and you're getting more energy and you're detoxing better, simply put, you are going to be healthier because you're walking around with less toxins. The water is going in and flushing, energizing, and everything is performing as it's supposed to, because when you're drinking just H2O, it is literally not set up to go in and hydrate. It bounces off your cells rather than going into your aquaporins and doing the detoxing and hydrating that you want it to do. So when you are utilizing H3O2, it's like you're it's like you have a symphony playing the most beautiful music working inside your body, and you've got an army of micro midgets in there going out to take on all the negativity to flush it out of your body and in there to pump up and pad all your good cells functioning and make them even better so that they do the job inside better. So the app and the water, number one mission to take out all of the negativity, all the toxins, and flush them out, encapsulate them, and throw them, push them out of your body. And on the other side, to take all the goodness that you have and pump it up to make it stronger so that everything functions better, does the job better to keep you younger looking, feeling better with less aches, less pains, and much more mobility in your life, enjoying life to the max. Your brain and mental clarity is one of the things that everybody needs the most on account of the fact that I've watched my mother pass from dementia, very nasty disease. And I believe that if we had been drinking biophotonic water over the years, that it could have been a lot less traumatic of an experience. And your brain is 75% water, surrounded by water. Hence, it doesn't need any of the toxins. It doesn't need any EMF. It doesn't need to be foggy or confused. It needs to be clear. It needs to be energized. It needs to have the light of life functioning through it in order so that when you call on it, it is there for you. And at the same time, we all know that our brains and how we function with them using a very small portion, we want to get the most out of our brains on a regular basis. When it comes to our blood, the way most people are walking around right now is their blood is like a magnetic cells all sticking together called a Rollo effect. And that is not a healthy way for your blood to be functioning inside your body. But once you spray and drink this water, within 10 minutes, all your cells are released of the EMF and they're free flowing and able to go where they need to go, where they want to go, and do what they need to do, rather than being attached together like a snake and everybody not being able to do their own function independently. Very important. When it comes to the inflammation, by drinking and spraying the water, it reduces the inflammation by sending that good energy through to your joints, through your intestines, into every cell in your body. And if it is something that can be energized, or the water can clean or hydrate or provide that healing power in the area, it is going to reduce the inflammation. The cells are going to be less inflamed. Everything is going to feel a lot better all the way around. So my experiences with this, some of them are highlighted on the website in testimonials, and we've seen the likes of miracles, like I said, where within 15 to 30 minutes, we've had people who have had a hip replacement say they don't have any pain. People who can't raise their hands over their heads, raising their hands. People who haven't walked without their walker in years, be able to take steps without their walker. And it's just amazing the strength that people can find in their bodies when you neutralize and take the EMF out. If you haven't witnessed this, you need to absolutely feel it to understand how damaging it is. And once you understand, I've seen people stand beside me and want to throw their cell phones across the room once I show them how much weaker they are when they have it in their vicinity, when they're holding it, or when it's in their pockets. It scares people, absolutely. So inflammation and the effects of all these things is a serious problem. Detoxing, getting those toxins out, getting the heavy metals out, all the metabolic waste are things that can really slow you down and can affect your cells. We have different things that we add to the water, and it actually can even increase the detoxification. I myself use something called diatomaceous earth, and it's just an organic matter from dead diatoms, which has got a lot of really good nutrition in it. And I mix that in with the water, a pinch of salt, and consume that. And it does a great job with flushing out the digestive system. And now with this water being so much more better for you, it's even going to do even a better job because it can get deeper, it can clean deeper, and it can make the whole detoxing experience really fast, efficient, and job well done. Again, when we're drinking this water, we're talking about healing much better. You're talking about repairing tissues and the body being able to, like we said, take out the bad cells, plump up the good cells, and regenerate your cellular internal activities so much stronger than trying to restructure the water itself in order to do the job. In essence, this water will take excellent care of your DNA. The who you are will be much stronger, much more defined when you clean out all the toxins and you enhance all your natural abilities to their max by tuning up the frequencies within your body. Oxygen is very important. So for me, I can tell people when you have a high ORP, oxygen retention, um, the chances of you getting sick are slim to nil. They're a lot less because diseases can't thrive in an oxygen-rich environment. So the fact that we are drinking H3O2 means that we have an increase in hydrogen, we have an increase in oxygen, and all this will help to increase your pH and help your body to function at that optimal level much easier. It'll also help because when you're cleaning out all the toxins and you're cleaning out the digestive system and you're putting in the good energy and the good light, then your blood pressure can also go down. And this is shown here with the fact that people's blood pressures go down when they consume this water because it's cleaning out the digestive system. I myself, who normally runs at around the 145 to 149 over whatever, right now, over the last little while, I've been running at about a 117 over 66 with a pulse rate of 68. And that to me is very, very good because last year my doctor tried to get me on blood pressure meds and I said, no, thank you. And now with this, I can see the results are right there in front of me. When we spray and drink this water, it aligns our energies. It allows our chakras to become more brilliant, more vibrant, and more organized, more structured. Our aura also becomes more organized, more brilliant, and we become more natural energy machines when we clear the bad energy from ourselves. When it comes to the beauty that especially women are seeking, and now a lot of men are seeking too, imagine if you can have less wrinkles because you're drinking the water and it's plumping up your skin from the inside out. What if you're spraying yourself with this water, washing your face with this water, and it's hydrating your skin from the outside in? And you use it on all your makeups, all your lotions, potions, your creams by spraying the bottom of a saucer and then putting your cream or your makeup on there and then applying it to your face as you go. It's going to make your makeup healthier. It's going to make your lotions and potions better, and it's going to allow them to get deeper in and actually go further because when they get energized, they seem to spread out so much more easier and cover so much more area. So this is also a way of looking at it for saving you money. And when we're on the topic of saving money, there are so many ways that money can be saved with the app, because when we're talking about the nutrition that we're looking to put into our bodies, as we're drinking this water and eating our food, we're getting more nutrition out of it, which is getting more value out of our money. We don't just eat food to feel full. We eat food to be healthier, to be stronger. This is going to enhance everything that we're doing in that sense. And again, we talked about the wrinkles, evidence that when we're spraying and drinking the water, that we can literally see the fine lines disappear as the skin plumps up. So, the proof is right there in the pudding. It's in the pictures. It's in the reality of life. And all you've got to do is want it. You've got to want good health. You've got to want good mobility. You've got to want to live long, and you got to want to live healthy. And you care about yourself and how your life is. This is about as simple a way as you can find and very inexpensive, because the app is only 249 Canadian dollars per year. And that means that you can use it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, your morning snack, your afternoon wake up call, everything. If you're at the end of your day and you want to have a drink, you can use the app and make it better, healthier for your body. This is something that you can use on a constant, consistent basis to improve your overall health and wellness. You can use it on your pets. And I know a lot of people love them pets more than they even love themselves, I think. But for your cat or your dog, they will tell you how much they love the water by how much they drink it, how much healthier they will seem, and how much more energetic they will see. You will love your pets and their ability to live longer. And I know a lot of people will appreciate that. You can use the app and the water on your cut flowers or on your house plants, and it will give you stronger, healthier flowers and house plants. Your cut flowers will last longer because they're going to get more oxygen, more hydrogen out of the water, and they will stay healthier longer. Done that myself, and it's amazing. When it comes to athletes, this is where the rubber really hits the road. Because if anybody can show the performance enhancement of the biophotonic water and what it does, it's an athlete. A boxer can punch harder. A power lifter can lift more. A runner can run faster. A long distance runner can run longer because his lungs are going to function better. So, not only that, as you use your body, it's going to recover faster because it's being fed the frequencies, the oxygen, the um, everything that your body needs is going to get there much, much quicker. Your muscles are going to recover faster. Everything is going to be better. And one additional super important fact is the fact that your ability to injure yourself will be reduced because your muscle density, your bone density, and their ability to protect you will also be increased. Again, this is all about getting back to nature. If we did not have the situation that we have right now, where we're dealing with pollution, electrical pollution. We've got windmills that are being grounded into farmers' field and totally negating the ability for anyone to get grounded naturally anymore. You need to go far and wide to find somewhere where you can walk in grass and not have the grounding potential be neutralized already because of the energy that's been put into the ground from the windmills and the solar farms, etc. Never mind everything else that's going on. The cell phone towers are grounded into the earth and everything. So for us to be able to walk barefoot on planet Earth and get grounded back to nature, it's not going to happen unless you're in the mountains of the Himalayas or something like that. And that's even becoming speculative now when we're talking about having satellites beaming Wi-Fi all over the planet. So these are all things that we need to really be aware of, be conscious of, and be ready to take action against if we care enough and want to live out a long, healthy life. As we said, the investment, 249 Canadian for an annual subscription. And if you look at that, that's about 68 cents a day. And, 68 cents a day, we know that a coffee is generally $3, and a bottle of water is $1, and you're buying dirty water that's been sitting somewhere for who knows how long. Here, you buy the app and you can take the water out of your tap or from anywhere, use the app on it, and that water is now safe for you to drink because of how the app will neutralize all the negativity in the water and enhance the positivity in the water so that when you put it in your body, it is actually going to do what your body wants it to do. And it's going to neutralize the fluoride, the chlorine, and all of these negativities that are in your water trying to get into your body. And it'll help to push these things out of your body. Again, we said utilize it in the morning, before breakfast, with your break at lunch. And it's simple. It only takes about 42 seconds to energize and structure your glass of water and share it with everybody at the supper table to protect everyone. What we're doing is we're looking to live longer, to live healthier, reduce cellular aging, enhance and maintain our vitality, can take care of our brain and our abilities, stave off the diseases, keep ourselves healthy and young looking, and keep our quality of life at the level that allows us to live and enjoy all the good things that life has to offer. Because it's good for you because of everything that it does to help you live that healthier, longer life. But it's also good for the planet because we can cut down on all the water bottles, the plastic bottles, and all the things that are really polluting the environment at a level that I was actually shocked to see how bad things have gotten when you see some of the videos on YouTube of the trash in the oceans and stuff. And the bottom line is that if we can start turning things around, things can get better for sure. And it's up to us to turn our lives around and to turn the life of the planet around for not just ourselves, but for the generations that are to come. So we've got real results from real people, and you can see a lot of that on the website by simply going to referlife.org and sliding down to the bottom where there's now a section called tips and testimonials. And we'll just keep adding in there the tips for how to use the app and water, as well as the testimonials from people who have been using it and having some amazing stories and results to share. So with that, that brings us to the end of this segment. And for the next little segment, I'm going to introduce what we have in the back office of the admin section to show you how the vendor program will function. In essence, the vendors, they create an ID just like a regular member does, but they've got a special portal where they are going to be tracked within the system. As a vendor, they will have their name, username, the category of their business or their association or whatever, their email, phone number, their direct sponsor, and their sponsor's sponsor. And once they get activated, they become able to market products and earn commissions. So next is the audience. So what we've done is even though they've got their category, we want to give them an audience size. So as an example, if it's a gym and they have 200 members as an example, we'll put the numbers there. Maybe it's 500 or 1,000, but this is just an example that they have so many client base, and from their client base, they have a target of so many sales, and then we would track their sales as they go along. This is to help them balance and understand the effectiveness of what they're doing, of course. Then we've got the commission list. And what this does, this allows us to set different commissions for different vendors. So direct commission, sponsor commission, and then a potential discount. So the direct commissions, I think, are always going to be the same once they're settled. I believe they're going to be at 15%. The sponsor commission will be at 5%. And the discount would be set by the vendor, and that only comes into play and is only mentioned as an example. I use this one. So if I'm dealing with, let's say, General Motors or Chrysler, who have thousands of employees, and they don't want to make so much profit from their employees, but they want their employees to have the app. So what would happen here is that we could put a discount on the app to the vendor, or we can do an actual rebate to the customer from the admin panel also at the same time. But in this case, a discount applied to the vendor on that sale, so it doesn't have to, he doesn't get as much profit, and some profit goes elsewhere. And next would be the packages. So in this case, let's say, for example, somebody who signs up, but they only want to try it out for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So I made packages that would allow for 30, 60, 90, 180 days. But of course, most people will be on for 360 days. And then I will probably add some additional to go longer periods so that we don't have to keep, once somebody has proven themselves, they can just go on for an extended period of time without having to be monitored or anything like that. So that is the packages. And then these are the purchases that just tracks what packages each vendor has under their umbrella. Next is the product sales, and this would track the sales of product by each vendor. Next would be the transactions, and that is also tracking the sales, but it's also tracking the commissions going out and the profit staying in. And so this would give a total. The first one is going to be the product sales is, oh, the product sales is about the, going the wrong way. Yeah, the product sales is about the vendor sales, and the tracking is about the commissions and all the activity that happens, period. Next is the approved products. So this is showing that the different, so even though all the products can be made available, the vendor can select to only select to sell certain products. So in this case, all the vendors are selecting to sell the annual biophotonic charger and the monthly biophotonic charger. So you'll see ReferLife here for the annual, ReferLife here for the monthly, X mark here for the annual, X mark here for the monthly. So that is the approved, and all their selections get approved from admin. And then this is the categories and their target sales. So we've got clients, clinic, gym, influencer, members, store, and studio as an example for the different categories that are available right now. And then I've set all their target sales at 15% of whatever their client list or their membership list is listed at. So as an example, if they had 1,000 members and we were looking for a 15% target, that means 150 sales out of 100, out of 1,000 would be 150. But none of this really matters in the big picture of things, but it's all for the tracking and for the vendor to know what's happening and how it's happening. So once a vendor has registered, the sponsor has the ability to go to their account and actually create the EPIN for the vendor. I'm going to see if I can share how that's done. It's very easy. Let me see, share screen. Let's stop that share and go to a different share. Sec. Go to this one. Share. Okay, I think that it. No, try that again. And no, that's the right one. Share. Okay, it should be the right one. Okay, so what you do is you go into your account. Yeah, referlife.org as an example. I'll just go there real quick and log in. Okay, so let's say that you've signed up your vendor and now you want to activate your vendor. So you go to your back office and you go to ePIN right here and you click on it and you go buy ePIN offline. You click it. And so now you would go and you would select a package. So you're going to select a vendor package. You're going to choose. So you're going to sign up a new vendor. So let's say your vendor, he wants to go for the full year. So you pack the 365 Pro pack. The package cost is 0, so you don't have to worry. And you put a 1 in here because you want one ePIN. And then you go here to your current balance and you go request now. And you can see ePIN created successfully. At that point now, you go back to the ePIN, but now you go to the ePIN list. And here you will have the ePIN allocated here for your vendor. You simply copy it. And if you're with your vendor, you can get him to open it, or you just even send it to him, whether it's on a text message or an email or whatever. And when he gets it, that vendor just goes into his account, and I'll just show you that on this one. So they go into their profile. I'd have to go to the vendor one. Hang on. Very simple. So let's go log in and this time we'll go like this. So oh, I think I forgot the password or I forgot. Hang on a second. Okay. Anyway, it's very simple. I'll have to go there at another time, but you just log into the vendor account. And when in the vendor account, you go to upgrade. And in the upgrade, you select the 365 package. And at the bottom, just paste the ePIN in and submit, and it's done. That would automatically activate the vendor. It's that easy. So this way, people have a little bit of an understanding in regards to what that is doing. So I decided what I would do additionally is I would throw together a little projection of what might happen when vendors start actually sharing. I've got some brochures that have been made up and I'm having printed up to distribute. But I wanted to share a little bit about how the potential could be for people to actually make some money with this program. And this here is the vendor potential, and it's literally real potential, real numbers will with real rewards. So what I did was I just did vendor 1 to 9, and I just said, well, if they just sold 4, 6, 8, 10, or whatever over the course of a month, what would that mean to to them? And what would that mean to the person who introduced them? So for the vendor, if they sold 4, they would literally make $400 if we're selling it to them for 149 and they're making $100 profit. So we just did a round out figure saying every one of them was earning $100 profit on the apps that they sold. So obviously, if they sold 12, they're going to make $1,200. And if they sold 20, they're going to make $2,000. So I had a very interesting interaction with somebody today, whereas he actually became the first person registered under the vendor program. And basically, I just said about putting the app in his business so that he could make it available to his boxing clients and students. And he said, I told him how it worked, no cost, and I'll give you brochures you just hand out. And as people go and check it out, if they buy, you make $100. He said to me, well, sounds like a win-win to me. And so, and actually, it wasn't somebody I expected to actually say yes and fall into the plan so easily. But he did, and I'm sure that he will probably be sharing it with his other boxing cohorts around the province. So, what that means is that, yes, if he sells one a month, it's an extra $100 a month in his pocket, which to him is a big deal. And to a lot of people in business, it's a big deal. And what's the nice part about it is that they don't have to be dealing with the MLM scene on this. They can just be a direct seller to their clients and not even have to talk so much. Give people a brochure, tell them that there is webinar on Tuesday night, and if we want, we can organize a special webinar for our group at any time if we would like to do that. But the bottom line is that the profits are there for them and can be substantial. And for some of these people, they might be doing 20 a week because, or 20 a month is good because they have the clientele. They have the potential to do that. We don't know who they are or what they are capable of, but the fact is that we've given them the opportunity to perform and increase their bottom line. So when it comes to the direct sponsor, at 15% return on the setup of the account, if they set up one vendor here and that vendor walks away and they're doing four, that direct is 150, 149.40. The sponsor is getting 49.80. And so not bad. And if that vendor decides to do the same next month, you get the same. If they do more, you get more. But as you look at the potential of setting up several vendors who have the ability to generate sales and put the app into hands of people who will appreciate and utilize it for the benefit it provides, then we do have the potential to direct commissions to people in thousands of dollars on a monthly basis if they're willing to do the work. And whether that work is the fact that that person is good as an influencer and can sit on their computer and generate the leads and make $100 for everyone that they sell, that's up to them if they're an influencer. The fact that you're a business and you've got an overhead and somebody walks in and offers you a free income stream that can literally turn into thousands of dollars a month if you wanted to, that is a great benefit for us to be providing to people in business, especially in this day and age. So things are tough out there all over the place. And I do believe the people that will make the most money are the people who are sitting at home on their computers and have the skills as influencers to direct people to sales of the biophotonic charger, or to the Zoom calls to get the information on the charger. But the way we've got things built out now, so that all the information that somebody would or should need to be able to make a decision to make the purchase is available on the website. So the potential is there, the rewards are there, and as it stands now, we are actively able to go ahead and register vendors and set them up for the success that the system is able to provide as we move. And now you can also imagine that this will also make it very easy to open up into different areas, different countries with the vendor program and allow people to be in control of the destiny that is in front of them. So with that said, thanks everybody for listening, and look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday next week. In regards to the Wednesday calls, there are no Wednesday calls moving forward. The calls have been moved to Tuesday at 7 p.m. every Tuesday, and then we can do special calls for special groups at any time with advance notice. So with that said, thanks for your time, and we will see you on the next call, which will be, as we said, Tuesday, and see you then. Amen.